Welcome to the Word for 2021. Today we're in Numbers chapter 16. And just like chapter 12, in this chapter we're going to be learning all about criticism and opposition and how to handle it. Just like chapter 12, when Miriam and Aaron opposed Moses, Moses demonstrated humility before them. He did not hold a grudge and he prayed for them. He was going to let God take care of the criticism. Here in this chapter, 3 times Moses falls down before the people in humility. In fact, in verse 22, Aaron also learned his lesson from chapter 12, and because opposition was coming to him, he too fell face down before the people. They were going to let God take care of the situation. Well, God saw the opposition to the leadership that he had set in place, and he burned with anger. In verse 21, God said he was going to end the nation at once. But Moses and Aaron, they started to intercede for the people and those that were not part of the rebellion. There was a man who was the ringleader. His name was Korah, and he amassed 250 other people to come to get rid of Moses and Aaron, to replace them. God's judgment fell against those leaders. 250 of them were consumed by fire. The earth literally opened up and swallowed Korah and his whole household. God was clearly stopping the rebellion, and he was affirming Moses as the leader. Unbelievably, though, in verse 41, that says the very next day, the whole Israelite community grumbled against Moses and Aaron. They said, "You have killed the Lord's people." You would think that they would have learned something, but God heard it, and he released a plague upon the people. Immediately, Moses and Aaron started to intercede for the people. Then Aaron got up and he offered an atonement sacrifice for the people. He intervened, but before the intervention, we read that 14,700 people died because of the plague. We are shocked by this. Why didn't the people understand? Why couldn't they comprehend what was taking place? Couldn't they connect the dots? Didn't they learn anything from the day before? It seems so obvious to us. It seems so clear and so unmistakable. We can even ask the question, were they blind? Whenever we're blinded, we cannot see things as they really are. When we're blinded, we cannot know what we're actually missing. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, this is what we read. The God of this age has blinded the minds of unbelievers so that they cannot see the light of the gospel of the glory of Christ. Satan blinds people. He blinds people with lies. He gets people to believe the lie that we're really not as bad as we are because we compare ourselves with someone else. Well, at least I'm not as bad as they are. We also believe that we don't need to be saved because we're okay. A book was once written, "I'm okay, you're okay." Another book really should be written with the title, "I'm a mess, you're a mess." We need to be saved because all of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But Satan will lie to people and get them to believe that they're really not that bad and they don't need to be saved. And then other lies like God really won't judge sin. Or if he does, he will judge on a curve. The truth is that God is loving, but he's also just. The truth is that God does forgive, but he will also judge the sin. God provided salvation, but it's a choice. Will you accept Jesus or will you reject Jesus? We are shocked by what we read in this chapter. But because of people's sin, disbelief, and because they were blinded, Moses and Aaron prayed for the people and they intervened. God is looking for people to pray and intervene today because people are lost and they are blinded by Satan. What we need to do is to pray for a great awakening to take place. That's the job of the church. That's my job and your job. We need to pray for a great awakening. Will you join me? Thank you for joining the Word for 2021.